Hi, Jasio here, and today we're going to do a neat little trick where we make water flow upwards. So for this one involves fire, so you're going to need adult supervision for this one. I have 2 matches, some sort of sticky substance like clay or like silly putty in this case. You're going to need a small plate, some water, and a glass, or in my case I'm using this jar. And I've noticed it helps if you color the water first, so that's easier to see flowing up, so that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to ask my cameraman, what color should I make it?
Red.
Okay, it's going to look really creepy and bloody, but you asked for this. So I'm going to make this a little red first. Let me get something to stir it. So I just added some red food coloring to it. It's going to be kind of orangish. Okay. That's good enough. So I'm going to pour the water onto the plate. Just enough so that it fills the plate but doesn't overflow. There. Alright, and then I'm going to put one of these matches, stick it in the silly putty, like that, so it stands up on its own. Pop that in there. Then, I'm going to get my jar ready. I'm going to light the match. Then I'm going to quickly put the glass or jar over it, and we're going to see what happens. So you're going to notice a couple bubbles started to kind of pop out around the ends, and watch what happens to the water as the match goes out. So you can see the water started to rise up into the glass, or in this case my jar. Started out totally at the bottom, and then once the match went out, the water quickly got sucked right up in here. And you can see it's about this tall right now, and it'll keep moving for a couple more minutes. And I'll explain what just happened. We saw that the water started to flow up the jar, and this actually is because of a similar scientific principle as the imploding can video that I did a while back. So what's going on here is when the match is heating up the air inside of the jar, so those air molecules are spreading apart, hot air takes up more room because it's less dense, and the air molecules kind of spread out. So those air molecules, some of them escaped as the bubbles that we saw at the start. Now once the match went out, well, the match went out because we cut off the fire supply to oxygen, and fire needs oxygen to burn, so it went out. So that hot air started to cool down really quickly. It compressed, the air inside of here shrunk, right? So that created a small vacuum in there. There's low pressure because the air shrunk and there's extra space in there. So the outside pressure was higher than the inside pressure, which pushed the water in to take its place. So the air that we lost was substituted with the water that got sucked up. And that is how you can make water flow upwards. Now be careful when you remove this, because if you remove it too quickly, then all that water is going to flow out and might make a mess.